What is going on, friends? This is Ron from Optimized Effects. It is Sunday night here in Australia and I've got some video updates to do for you all. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the signal, what happened to the signal, and what I'm going to be doing in the future to avoid things like that happening again. I'll explain as we get into the video. And next we'll be talking about all of the forward testing EAs that I've had trading for the past week and a bit, and the ones that have been trading for the past month. Unfortunately, I lost all of the data on those EAs, but it's kind of not bad because they 8 of the 10 were no good. There were only 2 robots that were any good, and I'll share that further along in this video. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to see more cool stuff like this, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see future videos where we can learn educationally if we can actually make some money on the Forex market or other markets as well. So join me in the next part of the video when we'll go to the charts and we'll have a look and see what's happened. Okie dokie, friends. Well, this is what I wanted to share. So if we have a look here, and this is an update on the signal, sorry. If we have a look here, we can look at Euro USD on the H4 chart, and we can see what happened to the signal and why I wasn't prepared for what did happen. So we can see here that Euro USD was pretty much in an uptrend. We can see here that this move was this amount. It was a pretty big move with a very small, two kind of small retracements, but it wasn't enough to help me get out of the issue that I had. So I was stuck in cells from here to here, and on a H4 chart, that's a pretty big move to be stuck in cells for that long of a time. So what I tried to do, and I hadn't done this on the strategy before, was hedge. And when I tried to hedge, I did lose a little bit of money around this area here. But what I didn't realize was that the EA that I was using, it closes the kind of the newest order with the hedge order. And I didn't know that it did that. And I'd wake up a couple of mornings with my hedge order closed. And it closed it with the last big order, and that's definitely not what I wanted to happen. So for future signals, what I'll be doing if I do run this strategy again, which I probably will because it's a really good strategy, I will be, if I do hedge, I'll turn the EA off, and that way it can't close any of my hedge orders, and I can start bringing the grid up. Because it is a grid kind of martingale strategy, but it uses very wide grids, uses ATR and things like that to determine the size of the grid and things. And the lot sizes are generally pretty small. Now, how I did come unstuck as well was I started to open some manual sell orders around this area here too, because I could see here that it hit previous resistance level right here. So this resistance level, it did bounce off and it came back a bit, but it wasn't strong enough, and this was another support level here, so it bounced off there and then just went to the moon again. There was a small retracement here, but it bounced off, small retracement here, bounced off, and this is where everything got taken out, and I think it was during CPI which that happened, and that happened to the Signal account and a lot of my other accounts, all in the 1 hour. I lost everything. So it was a very, very sad day for me. Not only for you guys, for the people that were subscribed to the Signal, but also for me, for all my other accounts. I lost thousands, and that was tough. That was real tough. But in saying that, I took a break, and then we've got NFP, which has caused AU to do this move here. So it's going to be very interesting, this video, because I can talk about NFP and how it's affected some of the EAs that I'm forward testing. So we can see here that this one, so yeah, the signal itself, I'm not doing another signal account just yet. I will need to raise some capital again and start that process again, because it was in also US dollars. It was roughly around about 900 AUD that I lost, but it had also made I think almost 100%, so I only lost 300 USD really instead of the 600, so it wasn't too bad. Could have been much worse, but the goal was not for that to happen, obviously. But unfortunately, this move happened, and it caught me out. Like everything else back here, it would have got out no worries at all. Like for the whole of the start of the year, that had never happened. There is a couple of big moves here, but unfortunately, it was just not to be for the signal account for Euro USD. So I might look at some other pairs that maybe have a higher mean reversion rate rather than going in one direction for a long time. The other pair that caught me out on my main account as well was GBP JPY. What's this? Right now, it has gone down, but for a long period there, it just went up for a very long time, and we can have a look here. This is most recently, but is it June? Yeah, it was June. So I got stuck in the strategy in June, and I got stuck in this move here, probably the double move, and it just kept going up. There was just no retracements at all. We can have a look here. There was just nothing to stop it from going. And then all of a sudden, this little spike here took me out, and then it dropped. So that was really disappointing as well, because if this little spike didn't happen and it dropped, I wouldn't have lost that account either. So we live and we learn, right? But that's the foreign exchange for you. But this, I'll give another video update later on to what I'm going to do with the signal and whether I'll do more. That is a yes, but what I want to do is have it trade for longer. Probably have a bigger capital and minimal risk, which is kind of the idea. But we'll go into the forward testing robots. Now, Zigzag was one that I had tested previously, and it did go very, very well. It has made $16. This one started a week ago, so it's made $16. And the max drawdown on the whole account, which I don't have it here, maybe this one, was a whole $9.15 since I've started this. And yeah, it doesn't make too much, but it can be, we can probably increase the risk, I think, now and see how it goes with bigger lots, because I think it can handle it, and we'll see what happens. Now, Advanced Scalper has done some really good trades, and most of them have been on, the last time most of them were on UJ, but we've got, let's have a look here. That's not the whole history. Maybe, because we've got 76 profit, but we've only got 26 here, or 72, sorry. Max drawdown, it's $11. It does use bigger lot sizes, so 0.33 and 3.5 and 3.6, but it has made $72. That was the biggest one. UJ, I don't know why it's not popping up here or here, but maybe it needs to. I did restart this computer on the weekend, so maybe it just hasn't picked them up. But yeah, very, very good. I'm really interested to see how it goes in the future, but it might be definitely one to have a look at for a live account. It uses stop losses that take, and it only generally does one trade, so very, very good. Hippo Trader Pro, only just started this one at the end of the week because the other EA that was trading on this account was not good, which was BTC Scalper, Hippo Trader. No, I think it is a new account because the other one blew up. And did I delete it? No. So this one's just got one called Bitcoin Scalp Pro and this new one called Hippo Trader. And they're the only two that are trading. And so far, Hippo Trader's made $16 and The Bitcoin one's made $2.85. Not bad at all. And we've had a max drawdown of $47, and that's pretty good considering what happened to Euro USD during NFP. So it just goes to show that Hippo Trader Pro traded NFP extremely well, and I'm looking forward to see what it does next week. So we'll see what happens. EA Golden Moon, I had it trading three pairs. So I had it EU, GU, and AUD USD. It blew the account up twice, and going to see what happens here if I just put it on AUD USD on M15, and we'll see what happens next week. But we can see here that lost 942, lost 131. Yeah, it was just no good. So GU was the one that it blew up on, and EU was okay, but GU was the culprit where it blew it up. So I'm only just going to put it on one pair, which is AUD USD. And because it, only reason why I put it on that one is because it just seems to be going up and down. See what happens on this, but we'll see what happens next week. This one is called Is VIP? Yeah, Is VIP1 EA. I stopped it trading, or it should be trading now. It has made $4.83, and it is down $147, but the max drawdown was $2.92 last week. And yeah, we'll see what happens to it in the next week going forward, because I'm not really liking this strategy so far on gold. But we can see here that it got turned off. So I'll see why that was. Maybe my cat jumped on the computer and it turned off, but it's now back on. But I have a feeling that I turned it off because it is no good, and I lost a live account trading this EA, trading gold. So if you're going to use this, you need a massive account, and I do not recommend this particular EA for that reason. So no good, but we'll see what happens next week. Luna AI Pro is a new one. It is trading Euro USD. It does trade multiple pairs, I believe. Maybe not. But it made 37 cents in the whole week, and that doesn't pay for anything. So we'll see how it goes in the new week. But I'm not seeing so much so far. So, $1,000, you've made 86 cents in 1 week. Doing, I think it made one trade. There we go. And all the rest were cancelled. Maybe that's because I put it on at the end of the week, or maybe not, or because it stopped trading because of NFP. I'm not sure, but we'll have a look and see what happens in the future with that. This one here is Gold Coin. For some reason, I had interesting backtests. Like, the backtest results were way too good to be true, so I thought I'd put it on a forward test. So far, in the last month, on the results that were not good for most of the robots, which I mentioned at the start of the video, this one was one of the ones that exceeded all my expectations. It traded extremely well. It places buy and sell stops. It generally only buys though, and yeah, it's made some money. It's made $55 in the time that it has been trading for the week, even though it doesn't mention it here. It's got 32 there, but yeah, the balance is 55, and we can see here that it is trading extremely well on all of the pairs, and the max drawdown is $11.53. Yeah, what can I say? It's just good so far. So move forward another week and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's looking really good. Next one we have is Smart Machine. Yep, as you can see here, it's a Grid Marti EA, and I do not recommend it. It can be really good if you don't trade big news events, but in this one here, obviously it traded NFP because I left them going, and this is what you can see. So it started off at 0.01 trades by 2, and then it goes 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 17, 27, 43, 69, and we pretty much have no margin left now on this account. So I would say that this account is blown, and we might see Euro USD not come back to this take profit level here. It might just keep going up. In that case, That's $1,000 blown in 1 week. So obviously you probably wouldn't want to trade NFP, but some of you want to put an EA on an account and let it trade 24/5, and this is not one of those robots to do that. This is only a good robot for ranging markets, and as soon as you see anything like this, it's going to blow your account. As you can see here, no good. Last two to go. We have this new one, which is really going well. I'm actually very intrigued as to how this has gone. This is called Advanced Gold Trading 6.4. Now, the interesting thing about this is that if I move the chart back here, we can see here that it closed a lot of orders. Now, you would think that would have closed a lot of orders in a loss. However, it did not. So I'll show you what it does. And this is an algorithm that I thought of and I have built, but obviously I haven't shared with you all yet. But what it did was open a hedge order. And if I can find that hedge order, probably not, because a lot of orders here. Actually, I can show you via the size of the order. Here we go. Is it? Here we go. Here. So I've got a 0.03 and a 0.2, 3 and 4. And what happened is it opened a buy order. Oh, it's going to be pretty hard to show you all. It opened a buy hedge order. Am I showing everything here? All history. Maybe not. Alright, there it is. Here we go. So, pretty crazy though. It opened a buy hedge order at 0.40 lots. Maybe here? Don't know. And what it did is that because it was kept going up, as soon as the buy hedge order equated all of the loss orders, it closed everything out at $362.80. And it closed everything out at no loss, which was what I thought was absolutely amazing. So what would have happened if this one went back the other way? I'm not sure, and that's why we're going to keep testing this EA. I have changed it a little bit though, because I noticed that the take profit is only 50 cents, and so it was only taking 50 cents take profit. So I've increased it to $1 because I think it can do a lot better. So this was 5 and I made it 10, so that will make it $1 take profit on 0.01, which I think is definitely doable. And we can see here that this is what it has done since then. So it's made $73 in the week, and the max drawdown was that 391, where it did that hedging thing. So which is called a reduction loss. So it's done a couple of reduction losses, but this was the biggest one I noticed. And that happened really early on in the piece. That was like only a few trades in when I started this on the last Monday. And then we've got a few here, reduction losses, take profits. So it's a very careful gold trading robot, and I'm really liking it so far. So I'll let it trade this big dump here, and it handled it no worries at all. So I'm really, really curious to see how it's going to go long term, but so far so good. Thumbs up. And last but not least, we have Brilliant Pro. And the reason why I'm trying Brilliant Pro again is because I've had some really good success with it. You'll need an account that's at least $1,000 on the default settings to trade this, and I recommend only $1,000 and above. You can do it on smaller accounts, but what you need to do is change this here, this risk compound value. So by default, this is set up to do, I think, 0.0001. So you just take 1 0 off, and it makes it less risk because it's doing 100% of the balance, and then you want to do a risk compound percentage of 100% of the balance. Basically, it makes you just change this value here rather than changing this one. You can do this one, but it will tell you that your the lots that it makes is less than 0.01, and it won't do any trades. So right now, we've made $78 in the week. We're trading Euro USD and Pound USD. Obviously, the drawdown is because of Euro USD and that huge move NFP on Friday. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens to this, obviously, next week. And it will see that its take profit is down here. It does use a kind of grid martingale, but it doesn't open orders in a grid fashion. You'll see that if you do trade Brilliant Pro, that it will sometimes not open one of these higher orders here until it decides to. So it won't do it in a typical grid where it will have, see how this big gap here. Typical grid will not have this big gap here. It will just open an order every kind of grid section. And that's what I really like about Brilliant Pro. But I did test this on a 10K account, and it made roughly around about $200 a day. And its max drawdown on 10K was $1,000 at the most, or 900 to 1,000. And that was trading Euro USD and Pound USD, and I was testing that for over a month. So this is why I wanted to share that with you all as well, because this can be a pretty good strategy. Obviously, it's going to take you 10 weeks to make your $1,000 if you started with $1,000, but we want something that is that can handle stuff like NFP like this. You know, to have only $186 in drawdown after NFP happened and it survived this move is a very good testament to how the EA is trading. Now, generally, I don't like grid martingale EAs, but if they can do the grid and have a small martingale value, then I think long term they can definitely survive. So let me know what you think about all the EAs in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to share another video at the end of this week or the week that's coming to show you how all these have gone. And yeah, I'll have another update as to how I'm going to be handling the Signal account in the next video as well. And I'll also be doing some very basic videos, so basic manual trading videos, and to try and get some more content out there. So it's going to be doing basic indicators like moving average crossover, Bollinger Bands, and things like that. Just real basic stuff. I'm going to be doing some of those videos to try and help you all, especially some of the new people to the channel that have not maybe traded before. So this is all very advanced kind of stuff if you're using trading robots. But if you want to just get started to trade manually, I've got some videos coming for you. So if you watch it to this far, thank you very much for watching, and you'll see me again in a video soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.